Daily Goal Accountability Moment. I'm Sheréa VéJauan, co-founder of the Goal Setters Club and author of the 2023 Goals Journal. My goal is to check in with you and give you a simple tip or resource to help you reach your 2023 goals, to help you stay on track. Today, I want to encourage you to set a goal to read. So in the Goals Journal, I believe that there are 7 keys to reaching any goals. And that is to identify your goals and write them down, establish balance in your life, research your goals, write goal-related affirmations, visualize your success, create goal-achieving routines, and to celebrate your accomplishments. And that belief is consistent throughout your journal. So as you go through the journal, you'll see those 7 steps, and then you'll see us balance out those 7 steps into different categories. So today we're going to talk about step 3, which is research. So based on the goals you set for yourself in 2023, what books can you read that will give you the tools you need for your journey? So I know a lot of times we say, oh, what book are you reading? Or what book do you recommend? There are some specific books that I recommend for each category, but based on your specific goals, you want to research out those books that's going to help move the needle for you in your goal setting. So I believe wholeheartedly that one new friend, one new book, one new conference, one new experience can change your entire life, and you should choose them carefully. So this week, I want to encourage you to take a trip to your local bookstore if it's open, your local library, your personal library, read a trade magazine on your specific field of expertise, or read the biography of someone you admire. So today, I also want to let you know you can download. I have, yesterday I created a worksheet that you can use, and you can download it. It's free. There's a cover sheet there. And you can just print this out to take notes. So it's available for you to write the top 3 things you learned in this episode, your takeaways, your resources. So if there's any books or anything I mentioned in the episode, you can use this. And I just put mine together like a little booklet. All right, so I want to throw that out there for you. So today I want to share some of my favorite books with you. I want to share my favorite books of all time, my favorite morning books, my yearly book list, my monthly book list, and my personal books, and then plus some resources. And so for those of you who are working in your 2023 goals journal, in the back of your goals journal, on page 225 through 232, you have a complete book list that I recommend for goal setting, self-development, personal development, right in the back of your goals journal. All right. So I kind of want to go over. So every year we work on 12 categories. So if you're a part of the Goal Slayers Bootcamp, or if you're in our Facebook group, then you know that I focus on one book a month. So this month it's a book by Dr. Amen, Feel Better. It's like Feel Better, have it in my car. But it's more about brain health. And so the reason why I have that book for me, because sometimes we focus on our weight, we focus on our diet, we focus on our specific things. But for me, getting a little bit older, it's called Feel Better Fast and Make It Last. Unlock your brain's healing potential to overcome negativity, anxiety, anger, stress, and trauma. And that's by Dr. Daniel Amen. For me, getting a little older, I started forgetting things, forgetting my keys, forgetting where I put things. And so then I said, although I know that exercise is going to be the most important thing that I change this year, also my eating and trying to get rid of dairy, my brain health is important in what I eat and the things I eat for the brain. So even though I selected that as the book of the month because it more so deals with me, and plus it gives you a different perspective on how to look at things from health. Sometimes we just look at health one way, and there's other things that's involved, how much water we drink. But you could swap those out. So every year I pre-select 12 books, and whatever those books are, and I have some in my car. I usually put that in a stack, and I keep that on my bookshelf in the stack for the whole year. And this is one book per category. So for like self-care. I have the Calm book. For money, I have Get Good with Money. For relationships, I have People Factor. And so these books, for travel, I have for the home, I have Spiritual, Watchman Nee. And so this is for the whole year. And these are categorized. Then I have my favorite morning books. So again, I keep these in a stack on my desk. So, you know, I have my Jesus Calling, I have my Cindy Trim, and I have, of course, Coffee, Candlelight, and Conversations with God by yours truly. So this is my prayer journal. And so these I keep in a stack also on my desk. Then I have my favorite books. And I usually keep my favorite books on this side of my bookshelf. So my bookshelf, like my top shelf, are the books that I personally wrote. And usually the next row are like my favorite books that my go-to, or books that I give away. So anything by John Maxwell, everything by John Maxwell. This is one of my favorite books, but he doesn't sell them anymore. And I think they're out of print. But I don't know what happened, you know, with the publisher, but I think this is a really good book. And it talks about everything counts. Health counts, etiquette counts, excellence counts, networking counts. And he just goes through leadership counts. And it's really good, has some really good tips. Hopefully he will reprint that. The Power of Positive Thinking, Norman Vincent Peale. I have the audio. So most of my favorite books, I get the audio, I get the Kindle, and I get the paperback. Paperback because I like to highlight. Audible because I like to listen to it right now. And then Kindle, I can highlight, and I can also make like quote cards from the book and print them out. Think and Grow Rich. I don't think they sell this book anymore. See you at the top. I got this like maybe 30 years ago, and it is my favorite book. It's old school, it has some old stuff in there, but the principles themselves are really good. And then the Bible, you know, I got this Bible a long time ago, Women of Color, and it breaks the Bible down. It's a book for it's a Bible for African American women. And then I have the Maxwell Leadership Bible. Let's see. And then, so we talked about, and I read a lot of books. Me and my husband, we have books all over. I have bookshelves over here. I've got bookshelves over here. We got boxes of books in the garage, and I read my books. So this stack I keep because it's a yearly book. It's a yearly stack on balancing out the goals that I set for myself. Now, since we're in January, I kind of pick out my books that's related on health, my favorite books, and then next month I'll replace this with relationship books. So I call this my book stack. So throughout the day, if I'm reading 30 minutes for that day, or if I'm headed out somewhere, if I'm headed out to, you know, get my nails done, then I will grab one of the books in the stack. So for like my health and fitness, I have my juice book. I have Back to Eden. I love this book. I think it's out of print also. It's kind of one of them old school books, but it's like old school remedies. Daniel Fast for weight loss. I like this because it has a lot of recipes in it for like when we are doing our plant-based. I love this book. It's, you know, it's kind of old school as well. I like it because it talks about different types of water, why water is important, the percentage of water that we need in our body. And these books help you stay, they just remind you, they help keep you on track. So as we're reaching our goals and as we're creating routines, I believe this was one of the first books I got on, I think, health. Well, no, it was Back to Eden. This was one of the second ones. And this was recommended by my former pastor. And then I saw this one inside of, I think, the Market, Stater Brothers. And it's a whole book on vitamins, minerals, what's important to our body. I mean, of course, you want to be careful with supplements and stuff like that. But this one I really like. I think I paid $20 for it at the Market. But it's A to Z vitamins and supplements. All right, so my favorite books of all time, I'll talk to you about that. My favorite morning books, my yearly book list, my monthly books, my personal books. And then, so for those of you who have your goals journal, there was a little, I won't say trick. I learned something from Malik Till years ago, and what you can do with your journal. So I recommend, if you're going to use my book list that's in the back of your journal, I use a yellow highlighter and an orange highlighter. Most of the books in this book list I have. But what you can do is, let me see, can you see? You start by taking your yellow highlighter and highlighting the books that you actually own. Maybe you haven't read them, but you own them. And then when you actually read them, you can go over the yellow with the orange marker. An orange highlighter. So that way when you look at your list, you know orange is what you read. You know yellow is the book that you have but you haven't read yet. And then the ones that are blank, these are the ones you still need to purchase, right? And if these are not books that you want to read, you could just use another highlighter, maybe like blue, and say, I'm not interested in that book, I don't want it. So that way when you look at your book list from afar, you can know what books it is you want to get. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you some tips. You can see I'm passionate. I'm passionate about books. I think I'm going to make a companion worksheet for you guys to download with the list. If you don't have the journal, you could get the digital version of the journal also. Let me see. I'm trying to find. So let me go ahead and give you some of my tips. Subscribe to Audible. Audible is like, it was $15 a month. I think it went up like $2, but then they threw in some extra stuff. The first thing I do, usually if a book is recommended to me, I would download the sample Kindle, and then I'll read the table of contents, and then I'll read the first couple of pages. And if I really like it, then I'll get an Audible. And then I'll listen to the whole book. And if I really like the Audible, then I'll order a paperback. So that's how I usually have 3 copies of the, 3 versions of the book. And then if I end up giving my book away, at least I know I still have it on Kindle and I'm able to highlight it. Oh, subscribe to Kindle Unlimited. So you can subscribe to Kindle Unlimited. I believe it's still $9.99. I subscribed to that for a few years, and now I don't, because I actually just buy the books. Usually they let you check out 10 books that you can read. So if you are not a fan of owning a lot of books, that would be a good option for you, because you can check out 10 per month and then you could give them back. Me, I decided I'm going to keep the books, so it's better for me to just buy them. What else? Create a wish list. If you create a wish list in Audible and create a wish list in Amazon, what happens is, and Goodreads, what happens is when you keep it on your list and it goes on sale, they will message you and say, hey, this book you have on your wish list is on sale. And so maybe when you put it on your wish list, it was $10, and maybe this week it's 99 cents. So I always recommend get your book list together. You have a book list here inside of your goals journal. Add it to your list, and when it goes on sale, they'll send you a notification. Goodreads. For those of you who don't know about Goodreads, it's like a community of book lovers, book readers. You could do the same thing. Create a list of what you want to read, what you thought about reading, how many books you want to read per year, and they help you stay on track. And sometimes the authors are giving away free copies of the book, and then they will email you and say, hey, a book you have on your wish list, an author is going to be giving that away. Sign up for the giveaway. I've won books through giveaway. I give away my books in Goodreads also. I just did a contest not too long ago for my prayer journal. I think I had over 13,000 people that entered. I gave away 5 copies. So if you're an author, that's also a good platform for you to get readers for your book. Join launch teams. I haven't seen a lot of launch teams lately, but I think maybe 2 years ago, I used to always be a part of launch teams with, I think it was Michael Hyatt, Devon Franklin, John Acuff, Valerie Burton. I was a part of her launch team, I think a couple of launch teams. And what happens is, while they're working on the book or while they're finishing up, they send you like a a review copy, and you're able to review it before everybody else. You get in a special Facebook group, you give your opinions, what you think about it. So those are good too. And then when the book actually comes out, they usually send you a signed copy. So if you could find a launch team, usually a way to do that is you're on their email list. You know, follow your favorite author, and then if they have a launch team, they'll say, hey, do you want to join our launch team? I think Dave Ramsey does some of that too with some of his new new people that he signed to his publishing. He'll have like a launch team for that. What else? The library, it's old school. I love the library. I have a library card. Library cards are free. The good thing about library cards also is that you can sign up on the digital platform and check out books digitally as well. And so if you're on a budget and maybe you don't have the budget to buy a lot of books, join your library for free. Not only can you check out regular books, you can check out audiobooks. You can check out books online, and they have a lot of resources for that. Mentor Box. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure they're still doing it. I stopped on Mentor Box. I had a situation with them, but I loved Mentor Box when I was a member. I loved hearing, because me being a writer, being an author, being a reader, I like to hear the backstories of why people wrote books, and then they would give you like a breakdown of the interview. So Mentor Box, I like them. Join a book club. So when you join book clubs, usually they have a discount rate where you can get the book for free. I mean, not for free, but with a discount. And then they have suggestions, and then you guys are all talking about the book together. And maybe if you miss something, you have a list. You have people who are going through that book with you. Let me see if there are comments. All right. What else? Subscribe to a book subscription service. I was subscribed to a book subscription service for about a year, and then they just canceled it. They focused on something else, but it was really good. They would send me a book. I was a part of Richard Branson's book club, and every month he would send me the book, and then we would talk about it in the group. We got a discount rate. He sent a little letter on why he chose the book, and that was pretty good. So last tip I have for you, spend at least 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. If you did 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night, that's 30 minutes a day. If you did 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, that's an hour a day. If you take a drive, maybe your drive is 45 minutes or up and back, and if you listen to an Audible, what's good about Amazon is if you get the Audible and Kindle of the same book, they give you a discount. If I'm reading my Kindle and then I hop in my car and I have the Audible, it'll say, do you want to start where you left off? And it'll pick up where you finished reading in your Kindle and pick up your audio, and you can listen to the Audible all the way to work. And then when you get to work and you read your Kindle on your break, it'll pick up where the Audible left off. So, all right, you guys, that is... I think that's all I have for you today. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope that I gave you a lot of resources. I hope that you set a goal to read. Again, I feel like one new book, one new experience, one new friend can change your entire life. Go ahead and read a book that's focused on the goal that you want to reach in 2023. And you guys have an awesome Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.